Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Where were we? What we were discussing? Yeah, three kinds of status of a ism,
We're
right?
talking about lillahi, like you were explaining why is it in jar state.
Okay, lillahi. That the word you see after of, there's a one condition, and basically a noun to be in a jar. Genitive case, there are only two conditions. Alhamdulillah, and it's very easy to remember. One is like if you see a word after of, that is basically we will learn in is a possessive phrase that is called idafa construction, inshallah. The word you see after of will be in genitive case, and whenever there is a preposition before a noun, then the following noun will be in genitive case. So I was saying, if you see, if you, for example, for the genitive case, like lillahi, because the preposition is there, li, so the word Allah is in genitive case. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
So that you have to memorize that there are only three kinds of status. Other than that, you cannot find any other. Only three kinds of status are there. That is your rafa, nasb, and jar. In other words, you can say rafa is your doer or the subject, okay? And nasb is your object or detailing of the act. And jar is what you see after of, okay? The word after of or the word after harf of jar, that is preposition. Harf of jar is named as preposition in English. Okay. So let us see how it work out basically. See this slide. See, already I told you about the subject, the doer of the act. There are only three kinds of status. That is rafa, nasb, and jar. So rafa is your marfu state or is your nominative in English, and it is your subject or doer of the act. Okay. For example, if I say nasara Khalidun. Okay, Nasara Khalidun, Khalid help, right? So who is the doer in this?
Khalid.
Khalid. You see, you can see the tanween on the Khalid. You can see.
Yes.
So what I said, it's a singular form. Okay, it's Khalid, Khalidun. It's only singular now. So that's why the ending is in sound, un and in. So it's if it is on or u, it is your rafa. If it is what I said, if it is on or u, it is your rafa. But Khalid is a name, it's a proper name. So it comes like un with the tanween. So Khalidun, it is your rafa that shows that Khalid is your doer of the act, right? So
Yes.
now the second one is what is the second one? It is
Nasara
your
Khalid. Mm.
okay. This is the Arabic, but the second one is your what is your second status? It is nasb
It is attributive. Yeah.
or mansoob or
Mhm.
accusative, right? So what do you mean
Yes.
by nasb, mansoob or accusative? Because this shows that what is the act, what it shows that? It shows that if you find a word with a nasb state, in a nasb state, it shows that it is the detailing or the object of the sentence. Okay? For example, you see here, nasara khalidan. See here, the dan sound is there at the end of the Khalid. Khalidan. So what do you mean by that? Khalid here in the first example, the Khalid was Rafa. So it was the doer of the sentence. So it was Rafa or Marfu. Okay. In the next one, Nasara Khalidan, it is in Nasb condition. So what's showing?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Here, Khalid is coming as a
Ob-
Khalid is coming as a
object.
detail or object
Mhm.
of the sentence. Here we are saying he helped Khalid. How we're translating it? We are saying he
Mhm.
helped Khalid. So he in this he is your doer, and Khalidan, that because it is in nas condition, so it is your object or detailing of the sentence. Okay. The third one, you see, I said if you see any possession or if you see like Hamid's house or house of Hamid, there's some possession, right? If I say my car, there's some possession, right? Because this is mine, what is pertaining to me. So my car, there is any off in this my car?
No.
Can you write in different? Can you write in different way? My car in English? Can you
Car
write in
of
different
mine.
ways?
Yeah, car
Car.
of mine.
Very good. Car of mine. See the car of mine, the off is coming here, right? So my car, your car is your my car. Okay.
Car
So
of
you can
mine.
write as car of mine also. So off is there. So the word after off, if you see, that will be in genitive case. And if you see any word after harf of jar, means preposition. We will learn inshallah bata kaflam wow. These are the preposition bata kaflam wa hatta ila min fi. Inshallah, we will learn later in preposition chapter. So whenever you see bata kaflam wow, these words, letters or words have basically these are considered as words. Where when you see these words before a noun, the following noun will be in genitive case. Okay. So here you see kitabun, kitabu Khalidin. Here the sound is din, right? So it is in genitive. The Khalid here is, it shows that it is in jar condition, right? When a noun ends with kasra or kasratain, it shows that it is in jar condition, right? So in the first example, you see the Khalid is your doer. In the first example, because it is ending with Dhamma, Dhammaten. It is Rafa because it is Rafa. Basically, it is Rafa because it's a doer of that. So basically, it is Rafa. In the second, you see the Khalid is coming with Fatha or Fathatain. It shows that it is the object of the sentence or it is a detailing of the act. Okay. In the third, you see the Khalid is in genitive case or jar or majroor. Why? Because it's following after off. It's coming after off. Book of Hamid. Okay. Book after off. This word Hamid is coming after off. So it is in jar condition. Inshallah, this will be more clear for you when you will do the idafa construction. That is called mudaf, mudaf alayhi, possessive phrase. Inshallah, when we will do that time, it will be more clear for you. Only you should understand that when you see in the singular form, this is the singular form. Inshallah, we will move on to dual form and plural form. Then there the combination is different. Here only the sound, that is un and in sound. Un is your rafa, u or un is your rafa. A or an is your nasb, or e or in is your jar. Just remember this, okay? And remember also the same time, rafa or marfu, it is considered as the doer or the subject of the act, and nasb is considered as the object or detailing of the sentence, or jar is basically in only two conditions. If you see if you see mudaf or you can say a word after of, if you see after of any word, that will be in your jar condition. Or if you see preposition and after preposition, if you see a word is there, that word the word follow the preposition will be in genitive case. Only two condition you can find any noun in a genitive case is after of, number one, and after harf of jar, that is preposition. Understood? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
So
alhamdulillah.
there is some song. Actually, this is I meant for kids, but you can also sing, no problem. If I say dun, it's marfu. When I say dun, it's mansub. When I say din, it's majroor, like this. Okay. So dun dun dan dan din din dun dun. You can do like this also, just to make it more interesting for yourself. Okay. So the singular form, the un, u, un, okay, a, like this. U, un, a, an, e, in is your sound. Okay. And it is a singular form. Okay. Inshallah, when we will learn the chart, when we will be memorize the chart, it will be easy for you. So here just you have to memorize the u, un sound is your rafa, and the a, an sound is your nasb, and jar is what? E in
At
sound.
genitive
E
case.
in sound. Yeah,
In
is
sound,
your
yeah.
jar. Is your jar. Okay. Okay. So you all know that how a word end basically, like un and in, right? Yeah, you can see the examples of air. There are three ending of a noun. means the vowel sound on the last letter, how it ends basically. You all know that. Just now I told you. Like this is the example of proper noun with the alif lam. Okay, alif lam al kitabu. Okay, al kitaba, because see the ending. Bu ba bi. What is your bu? Bu is your rafa. What is your ba? Ba is your nasb. What is your bi? B is your jar.
Jar.
Right? So this is the example of common noun. Kitabu, kitaba, kitabi. Now coming to the next. Kitabun, this is ending with the on sound, right? I said u or on. Okay, on sound. Kitaban, kitabin. Okay, an, in. So what is your rafa? Kitabun is your rafa, right?
Rafa.
Kitaban is your
Nasab.
nas. Very good. Kitabin is your
Jar.
very good. Like same way. Muhammadun,
Sorry, Rafa.
rafa. Muhammadan,
Nasab.
nasab. Muhammadin,
Jar.
very good. When you see Muhammadun, what is shows you? What it signifies for you?
It's the
Whenever you
subject.
Singular.
yes, yeah, singular and subject. Basically, singular and subject. Okay. So if you see the u or on sound on any noun, it shows that it is the subject, right? So if you see any yeah. Yeah. If you see on sound, that is the subject, right? If you see unsound, that is the object and
Object.
detailing of the sentence. And if you see in sound, that shows that something is acting upon that. Either it is after of or it is after
After the
preposition.
preposition.
Okay? Okay, only two things. After of or preposition. The after of, inshallah, when you will learn the possessive phrase or idafa construction, it will be more clear for you. Okay, that time. So, so is it clear now? Okay, let me check this also. Babun is what? What is the status of babun?
Rafa.
Rafa. Baban,
Nasab.
nasb. Okay, babin.
Jar.
Okay, very good. Okay, you are seeing some changes in this middle column, that when they are writing baban or muhammadan or al baba, not this baban tanween, they are adding extra alif. You see this? Hmm?
Yeah, it's for fathatain. Like when we
Yes,
make
this
it,
is the rule of
we need to
tajweed.
add
Yes,
alif.
this is the rule of tajweed. Whenever you know whenever you have to write the tanween, I mean so the fathaten only. Okay, not about the dammaten or kasraten. This is about the fathaten. You have to put alif. Okay, then you have to write. This is the rule of tajweed basically. Okay, basically writing rules. Basically, you have to add alif. Then you have to put fathaten. Okay, two fathas. Got my point? But there's something like you don't put after this also, like patatan, you don't put alif, where you have to accept it, like where you can't do that.
Yeah.
Anyone is having
It's for
idea about that?
it's for ta marbuta. Ta
Very
marbuta, and
yes,
it's for Hamza also. Like Alif and Hamza, if they come together.
very good. It is fatah marbuta or alif or hamza. Like suppose if I say muslimatan, if I say muslimatan, there I don't have to add the alif after ta. Okay, just on ta marbuta you have to put the fathatain. Okay, if I say as-samaa, as-samaa, right? So there you are not because alif or hamza is coming. You cannot put extra alif after the hamza and then put the an like this as-sama and something like that. You an okay, not like that. Okay. So that is the rule. Okay, this is the rule basically. So is it clear? Like what is rafa, what is nas, and what is jar?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
So let us practice about the concept we have learned today. Okay, let's practice. In this, we will try to find out the doer, how basically it's working out. Suppose I say, this is the example already I've given over here. I say, I ate too much chocolate. Okay, I say, I ate too much chocolate. So who is the doer here? And what is the action is going on in this? Yes, who is the doer?
I.
Yes, because I ate, right? And what is the action? Ate is the action, right? I ate. And what
Yes.
is the too much? What is the too much chocolate?
That is
This is your detailing, right? This is your detailing that you ate. What you ate? You ate too much chocolate. Means I ate too much chocolate. Means I will be in what? What's the status of I? Because this is
I
the
will
doer of the
marfu.
action.
Rafa.
Very good. I will be Rafa or Marfu. Very good. I will be in the state of Rafa or Marfu. Okay. And what about the chocolate?
Chocolate will be nasb.
Nasab, because it is the detailing of the sentence. It's the object of the sentence. Very good. Okay, now then don't see the second one now. See the last one now. The dentist gave me feeling. In this, who is the doer?
Dentist.
Very good. And who is the receiver of the action? Means who is the object of that action?
Me.
Act.
Me.
Me. Very good. So here me will be your in which status?
Nasb.
Very good. The me will be in your nasb status. Okay. Now coming to the third middle one. My tooth is hurting. And this, my tooth is hurting. Or my tooth, you can write like this. What my tooth, there is any possession in this?
Yes, it is a jar.
My tooth.
Yes, it is.
Of mine.
Yes, or you can tooth of mine. You can write in this way also because of can come over there. So the word come after of is your jar, right? So the tooth will be in jar. Okay. So this is about your Rafa Nasb or jar. Okay. The doer is Rafa or Marfu, right? In English, you can say it is nominative case. Rafa Marfu. How you identify? Like ask yourself who is doing the action. How you identify? Like who is doing the action? Ask yourself whenever you read any sentence. You ask yourself first. This is the first thing you have to do. Number one, what you have to do whenever you see any sentence. First thing you have to see for the doer, who is doing the action. So if you get the action to who, he is your doer, right? Okay, who is doing the action? If you get the answer to that, he is your doer or Rafa, and the doer will be in Rafa state, right? Suppose if I say Kharaja Hamidun. Kharaja Hamid. Kharaja means to left, to leave. Okay, so Hamid left. So who is the doer in this?
Hamid.
Hamid. Very good, because Hamid left, right? Okay. This one, another one you see in this, just for more practice, a teacher entered the classroom. A teacher entered the classroom. Can you tell me the doer or the detailing of it? A teacher is what?
Doer.
Doer.
Object.
Yes.
Rafa.
And you have to, first, if you see the sentence, you have to see for the verb. What action is going on? Which action? Entered. Who entered and where? Okay, entered
Teacher.
is your verb, right? So who entered? The one who entered is your doer. So a teacher entered, right? So a teacher is a doer, and where he entered. So the detailing to that in the classroom or the classroom. So it will be your
Nasab.
object, detail, or nasb. Okay, it will be in nasb. Okay, same way if in the see the third one. Because this is like the teacher's student can be written as a student of the teacher also, right? Right? That another way to write teacher's student can be written as student of the teacher. Same
Yes.
possession is the same thing. So the student of the teacher woke up suddenly. In this, the student is what?
Student is a subject. Object.
Obviously the jur. Who is the jur in this?
Teacher.
Teacher. After it's coming after of, right? So and what is the nasb in this? Like detailing. You search for the detailing in this sentence.
Woke up.
Extra information. Suddenly woke up suddenly. Okay, this is the full detailing basically. Woke up suddenly. So now, okay, object, how you see the object. How now, I told you about how to see the subject. When how to see the subject, you have to ask yourself, who is doing the action? Who is the doer? First, you see the act. First, you have to check for the verb. The action is going on in that. Which action is going on? Identify the verb first. When you identify the verb, whether it is eating, sleeping, drinking, whatever, you have to think who is doing it. Okay, who is doing it? You have to find out who is doing the action. So once you find out the answer to who, that shows that he is the doer, right? Okay, so this is the way to find out step by step, analytical way, step by step. So the one who is doing the action is Rafa or Marfu. Okay, this was the first thing. Another thing is that the nasb, how to identify a nasb, like say detail refers to, what is nasb? Basically, it is the detail refers to additional information about the action. It is the detailing of the action, basically, or you can say the additional information about the action is your object, okay, or receiver of the action is your object, right? Or it is known as nasb or mansub. So in this, what you have to do first, same thing. What you have to do, you have to first find the verb. You have to find the action first, the verb first. Then you go to the doer who is doing the action. Then after that, whatever is there is your detailing. Got the point? In
Yes.
any sentence, if you see any sentence, first what you have to look for? You have to look for the action. What action is going on? Means you have to look for the verb, right? SVO. You have to look for the verb. You see the verb first. Okay, you find out. Okay, eat is the verb, or sleep is the verb, or whatever. Slept is the verb. You find out the verb. Now ask yourself, who is doing this action? When you got the action, who is doing the action? He is your doer, right? So he is in Rafa. Got my point? So you got the verb, you got the doer, and the rest of you, the things you see in the sentence is your detailing of the sentence. That means it will be in nasb. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, see that, take like what I mean by the detailing. Everything else in the sentence is the detail. What I mean by that, let me explain this to you now. See, detailing can be how, like suppose something happened somewhere. Okay, the car got crashed. Okay, suppose if I say my car broke, my car broke. Suppose I say my car broke. So the question arises after that. My car broke. So in my car broke, who is the doer?
My is doer.
Car, right?
Yes, car. Car is doing the action. Car broke, not me broke. I didn't broke, my dear. Alhamdulillah, I am safe. Alhamdulillah. The car broke basically, right? So car is your doer. He is doing the action. He is doing something. He is breaking something basically. Okay, it is breaking something. So your car is the doer. My is not related basically. Maybe my, if I say this, if someone is saying my car broke. If I am saying something, maybe that time I am not present there also. Maybe my is there only. So the here the actor or the doer or the in the Rafa state is your car, and the verb is the broke. So now, if now I have to give you some detail. My car broke. How? Where? When? Right? Question will arise like this, right? My car broke. How? When? Where? Right? So the answer to how, when, where is your what? Detailing, right?
Yes.
Are you getting my point? All
Yes.
of
Yes.
you. Okay. So if the after your verb, whatever you see the detailing, how, when, where, it's the detailing of your action, right? Act. It's a detailing of the verb basically. It's not the detailing of you, my. No, it's the detailing of the verb. What verb broke? So it is the detailing of the verb broke, when and how it broke. Okay. So that will be in your nas status, jar status. To make it more clear, let us read this example. Ali ate chocolate. So Ali is your first.
Subject.
Yeah,
Doer.
first you try to find out the verb. What is the verb in this? What is the action is
Eat.
going on? Ate.
Ate.
Okay.
Eat.
So who is doing the act of eating? Who is doing the act of eating? It's the Ali,
Ali.
right?
Ali.
So Ali is your doer. Got the point. Okay. Now, what is the detailing?
He
Ate
ate chocolate.
Only
At
chocolate?
At home.
At home.
Chocolate.
After, what about
Chocolate.
yesterday? Happily because he was hungry.
Oh, okay, that I
Basic-
didn't see. Yesterday happened, yeah.
Everything is your detailing. After
Yeah.
8, you see chocolate at home, yesterday, happily, because he was angry. Why? I said the detailing is the extra information, the additional information of the action. What action is happening here? Eating of chocolate. And who is eating the chocolate? Ali is eating the chocolate. Okay, he ate the chocolate basically. And how he ate, where he ate, okay, when he ate, and why he ate. The action to how, when, where, why is your detailing. Okay, for example, I say Ali ate chocolate at home yesterday happily because he was hungry. Here, what did he eat? This is the one answer to your what. Where? At home. When? Yesterday. How? Happily. Why? Because he was hungry. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is your all sentence will be in your nasb. Got my point? What is nasb?
Yes.
In singular, you see, if you see in the singular form, it will be kasra or kasratain. Okay? Jar state. Sorry, nasb. Fatah and fatatain. You
Nasab.
should correct. Yeah, nas. Sometimes, you know, brain goes bilkul fogging, you know. So you should correct me. Okay? So nasb, what is nasb? It is the detailing of the sentence. That means it
Detailing.
is the object of the sentence. So how it will you see in the Arabic grammar as a, how you see in the Arabic grammar with the fatah or fatatain, right?
Yes.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So is it clear for everyone?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah. Just giving you more information about the after of. What is jar majrur, the last one? Okay, rafa nasb and jar. Just for you, I told already, but let me read it again for you. The word that occurs after of is called jar. Okay, it will be in jar condition. It mostly refers to a possession. For example, if I say advisor of the king, so the king will be in genitive case. Mother of the child will be in genitive case. My house, the house will be in genitive case. Teacher of my, so your my teacher, so teacher will be in your genitive case, because this is the way to write my teacher. So it is like after this, like teacher of mine is like my teacher. Yeah, pronoun comes after of. So your teacher will, your my will be in genitive case, mine will be in genitive case, not teacher. Okay, teacher of mine, the word after mine will be in your genitive case. Okay, if you want to this is not much important. If you have the concept that if you the genet how you see a genitive case, how you see a genitive case, you all know that. Like if you have to see for the of, and the word comes after the of is your, the word will be in genitive case. Or the second one is that whenever you see a preposition or harf of jar, the word follows it will be in genitive case. Okay, so the only two condition I told you. That is basically this word after of it. It is what basically it is idafa construction. It is mudaf, mudaf ilayh. So mudaf ilayh will be genitive case. If you see the mudaf, the word after mudaf will be in genitive case. Okay. So that is the thing. Let us review once more how to tell the status. English grammar, I already told you that how it work out in English. In English, the status of a word depends on where the word is in the sentence. Okay, so English, you look for the placement of the word, right? You see where placement. You see for the placement, like the subject should be first, then the verb, then the object, right? So in English, it's like this, like Ahmad helped Zaid, Zaid helped Ahmad, right? So you see, Ahmad helped Zaid and Zaid helped Ahmad. The status of Ahmad and Zaid changed due to order of the sentence in this. You can see here, right? It's
Yes.
getting changed. Okay. So in English, you have to see for the placement. But in Arabic, how you identify the status? How you identify the status of a noun? By Irab, means by seeing Rafa Nasb or Jar. Okay, by seeing whether the noun it is in Rafa or whether it is in Nasb or whether it is in Jar, irrespective of the placement. The doer can be in middle or in the last also, in the beginning also. It doesn't matter. The placement doesn't matter in Arabic grammar, like in English grammar. English grammar, your subject comes first, then comes your verb, then comes your object, right? But if in English, if in Arabic we write the same sentence, Ahmad helps Zaid, or Ahmad helped Zaid, and Zaid helped Ahmad. Yeah, this is the change. Status of Ahmad is changed and Zaid is changed, because who is the doer in this first sentence? Ahmad helped Zaid.
Ahmed is the doer.
Yes, very good. Then what about the next one? So okay, the Ahmad is the doer. What about Zaid?
Zaid is the object, what you call
So it will
detailing.
be in. So it will be
Object.
in. It will be
Fatate.
in.
Fatate.
Very good. Fatate, nasb. Okay, it will be in nasb. What about the second sentence? Zaid helped Ahmad.
Zaid is the doer. Rafa
Yes, very good. And Ahmad?
Zaid
is the object. That is nasb.
Nasb. Very good. Okay. So our time is now finishing now. So in this, is it clear now so far? Inshallah, in next class we will continue. Any doubt?
Alhamdulillah, it's clear.
Alhamdulillah, it's clear.
If you have doubt also in the next class, you can ask, no problem. Here, status, how many types of status? Please keep in mind there's only 3 kinds of a status. You can see a noun ism can have only 3 kinds of a status, that is Rafa, Nasb, or Jar. And what is the significance of Rafa, Nasb, and Jar? Alhamdulillah, you know now. Okay. And about the English and Arabic difference is that the Arabic in English grammar, you have to see for the placement to know the action, like to know the act. The status depends on the placement in English grammar, but in Arabic grammar, the status does not depend on the placement. It means in Arabic, changing the order of the words does not change the status. Rather, the sounds at the end of the words tell us the status of the words. Let me finish this one. So because it will here is changing, okay? Because in English, if you change the name here and there, the meaning changes. But you see in Arabic grammar, same thing. If I change the name, it is not going to change the meaning. How? Only the harkat, that is the status will be changing by the harkat, like the fataten, dhammaten. By that you can identify that it is the doer, it is in rafa, it is in nasb or jar. Okay, you see here in Arabic, changing the order of the word does not change the status. Rather, the sounds at the end of the words tell us the status of the words. For example, if I say Daraba Hamidun Zaidan. In the first sentence, see Daraba Hamidun Zaidan, and another sentence is Daraba Zaidan Hamidun. So does the sentence changes in this? I will just give you the exam meaning of this. In this here, Daraba Hamidun Zaidun means Hamid hit Zaid. Okay, both the sentences same meaning. Hamid hit Zaid, but how we are finding out who is doing the act? In the first sentence, can anyone tell me who is doing the act?
First, it is Hamid.
Hamid.
Hamid. What about the second?
Hamid only, because both are
Hamid
Rafa.
only. Very
Hamid
good.
only.
Both are Rafa. That's what I'm saying. But you see the placement. You can see the placement in the first sentence. It is coming in the middle, and in the next sentence, it is coming in the last. So this shows that the placement does not matter in Arabic grammar. So how you will find out? We will find out by the Arab. Okay, by the change at the end of the word. See the change, the sounds, the change. You see for the sounds or the combination at the end of the word, and that will show you that it is in Rafa, Nasb, or Jar. Got my point?
Yeah. Okay, I want to know one thing. Like now, suppose these 2 sentences, the way of writing is different. Like first is Daraba Hamidun
என்ன
Zaidun.
பண்ண முடியும் இப்ப பண்ணு வர முடியாது
Darab
Let me
Hamidun.
mute
So
everyone, then you can ask. Now you ask, my dear. There was disturbance, huh? Yes, go ahead. I muted. You can unmute yourself.
oh,
Who was
sorry.
asking
Yeah, I
Yes,
was
perfect.
asking.
Yes,
Yeah, I
perfect.
want to take now the first sentence is Daraba Hamidun Zaidan. Okay,
Mhm.
like it is Hamid hit Zaid, and then the second also the same translation only, Hamid hit Zaid.
Yes, of course, because you see who is the doer in this.
Hamid.
Yeah. So who hit
Okay.
who? You cannot say Zaid hit
Hamid.
Hamid. If I have to
Yeah,
say Zaid hit Hamid, what I have to do? You will tell me now.
Zaid will become into Rafa state.
Very good. So how you will say Daraba
Zaidun
Zaidun
Hamidan.
Hamidan. Hamidan. Because the dan sound is your nasb. Okay. This is about the
Okay.
singular. Inshallah, next class we will go with the chart, Muslimun chart. According to that, you will know the numbers and you will know how in the dual, what is the combination you use for this status. Dual status is different and the plural status is different. This is the singular status. In singular, you have to go with the sounds like un and in. Okay. This is sound und and in or u a e. Why I'm saying u a e? If it is a proper, then the sound is like u a e. Al baitu, al kalamu, right? Or al kalamu, al kalama, al kalami, like this, right? So if it is proper noun, it will be if alif lam is there, then at the end it will be u, not un, right? So if it is common noun, then there will be tanween like batun, batin, baitan, right? Like this. Got my point? So see, the placement does not matter at all. Okay? Got my point? Is it
Yeah,
clear
yeah.
for everyone now? Alhamdulillah. Anyone is having doubt? Yes,
No,
someone is
because
asking something.
like suppose like for the second sentence we can say in English, like suppose. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, like I want to know, like now for the second sentence, we can, like suppose if you're translating it in English, we can say it in this way also, right? Zaid was hit by Hamid, right? Can we say this way
That,
also, right?
that,
Zaid
yes, you
was,
can say. Yes, yes,
yeah.
you can say anyway, unless until the meaning is not changing. You are not
Yeah, okay.
changing the doer. You are not changing the object
Got
and the
it.
subject. It does not matter. The way of like one thing you can say in different ways, right? Only
Yeah.
the thing is that the meaning should not change. So what you are saying is also correct. You're not changing the meaning. You're saying the same thing basically. In simple language, I will say Hamid hit Zaid, or you
Zaid,
can
yeah.
say Zaid was hit by Hamid. But that will be in your was yeah. Hit, yeah, of course, the same thing. Was is also past tense and hit, yeah. Same thing. You can say in a different ways, no problem at all.
But then the voice,
Or
the voice will the passive voice and active voice, that will change, isn't it? If that is the
yeah, that
case.
will change. So that will change. So here means we have not come across the passive now. That is a very far, we have to reach over there. Here just you have we cannot discuss it here now. The one who already know, mashallah, it's great for them, but for the new beginners it's not easy to absorb those points. Okay, so here just we have to focus on the, if you are saying the status, because step by step, if you will go inshallah step by step, inshallah, you will have a better understanding, and each point should be clear in your mind. For the beginners, the one who knows, alhamdulillah, that is a revision for them, mashallah, no problem at all. But for the beginners, it's for the starters, it's very important that each and every point should be clear. So the like hit was that, yeah, it will become passive, and that is the different thing, that is different story. So you can say in that way also, but that will become passive. Okay, you can say in that way also. That will become passive. That we will learn later how to make active to passive and passive to active, how you make. Okay, so that is another thing that is very far from now. Okay, now we are just learning the status of a noun. Under that, you have to concentrate on how you identify a sound and how you identify a combination. That will be the next lesson, next class for us, to how to identify a combination and how a word ends basically, which is sound or combination. That is just you must be if the one who have already have the knowledge of Arabic grammar, like ani, ani, una, ina, right? These are the combination, right? So in that, how a rafa look, how a nasab look, and how a jar look. That today we have just spoken about the single